Adwin and his drums. Meet Adwin. His name means artist or thinker in West African. Adwin was born in West Africa in 1728. His name stands for what he loved to do the most, which was to perfect the art of playing the drums. In Africa, when people played the drums, they were talking to the gods, spirits, or people who were not around. They also accompanied people when they danced. Adwin loved the drums. He played them from morning until night. In Africa, elephants represent power. One must touch a drum before it will speak, a proverb from the Jobo peoples who live in Liberia. One day when Adwin was about 12 years old, some very strange, mean people took Adwin and his family from their home in Africa. The mean people made Adwin and his family get on a boat. They went for a very, very long ride. There was barely any food to eat. Oh, I forgot to mention, a lot of Adwin's neighbors were on the boat too. Everything happened so fast when these people were forcing Adwin on the boat. Thankfully, Adwin thought quickly and grabbed his drum. At least by doing this, Adwin would remember his home in Africa. The boat ride seemed to last forever. One day the boat arrived at a place called the Americas, in a state called South Carolina. Before Adwin and his family knew it, they were working very, very hard. They were picking tobacco and cotton on a plantation for a man they had to call master. As time passed, Adwin soon realized he and his family were called slaves. In 1739, 20 slaves decided they wanted to escape the life they had on the plantation. They gathered all together and marched to the beating of 2 drums. The sound of the drums were alerting other slaves from far away to them. Rat-tat-tat, a-boom, boom, boom. They marched to the Stono River. They were met by military people who didn't want them to be free. This was called the Stono Insurrection. Soon after, all the drums were taken from the slaves. It became illegal for slaves to use drums. After this law was made, Adwin's most prized possession was taken from him. He was very, very sad. He thought to himself, "How will I talk with my friends? How shall we dance and have fun?" Everything was silent. There was no more music in Adwin's life. What managed to survive was the banjo. In Africa, this instrument was called the African mbanza. Instead of using drums, Adwin and his friends used bones and spoons. All these instruments played together influenced all of the music we hear today. So remember, when music is played, you can think of Adwin and the history of the drums.